Today co-starring with me is chin acne and gray hair. Fun times. Hello, welcome back. It's Carolyn from Carol's Puzzle Corner. Today I wanted to talk about Cobble Hill. I still am um, feeling stuff from having quit my previous Cobble Hill puzzle, Barista Art. And if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check it out. It's a short little video, only 5-6 minutes long. But basically, I quit a puzzle. Um, but I do love Cobble Hill, and so I wanted to do another puzzle that I can review and inspire other people who maybe haven't tried Cobble Hill to go ahead and try it. So I always like to research the companies beforehand. So what I know about Cobble Hill is there is a place in British Columbia, Canada called Cobble Hill. So I don't know if Cobble Hill is named after that region or not. They've been around since 2005. Their puzzle pieces are described as a textured linen print, and I would agree with that. They haven't, they, bleh. Since 2018, they've included a reference poster, but before then, some of their sizes didn't have reference posters, so, oh my goodness. And I think the most unique thing about Cobble Hill is their random shape puzzle cut. And random shape is not horizontal. I can't say this word. It's not being cut left to right. There are different puzzle shapes, and it's as if a 2-year-old cut the puzzle, and I love it. It also adds a bit of challenge, at least for me, to the puzzle making of it, which I also enjoy. And they have vegetable ink based inks. And there's two programs, well, two things that I think are neat about Cobble Hill. One is they have a program called Community Connection, and they donate on a regular basis puzzles to libraries and residences, old folks residences, schools and whatnot, so that is cool. And the other thing that they have, it's not a program, but they have a thing called Family Puzzle, and it is a puzzle that has different sized pieces within the puzzle so that the whole family can join in and participate. So you can have a 4-year-old with big puzzle pieces puzzling along with their 10-year-old siblings. So those are regular, normal size pieces, and then there might be even smaller pieces. There's usually 3 different size pieces within the family puzzle, which I think is pretty cool. They have a head office in BC, Canada, and a warehouse and manufacturing plant in Brampton, Ontario. So I don't know if that makes them Canadian or not, because they also have a manufacturing plant in Buffalo, New York, and one in Europe and one in Asia. But comment down below, does that make Cobble Hill Canadian? Since the head office is in BC? I don't know. I don't know. So today we're going to be doing, well, I'm not going to be doing this in one day, let's be real. But it's called Apple Pie Kitchen. And the artist is actually Cobble Hill. They produced this image on their own. And what cracks me up about this image, it's just a little girl in a kitchen, maybe in the 50s. But I have a insane imagination, so I've imagined that she's this little feral child and that her parents aren't around. Because if you look, the table, because of the shadowing, looks like it's pushed up against a wall, so there's only room for 2. And you know, she seems to be adulting quite a bit on her own. So that's the story that I've made up. But it's this lovely spring day, summer day, and in a yellow dress with the old school oven and kitchen counter. So let's get started and see what random pieces look like. So here we have a nice sturdy rectangular box, and I'd like to say that this is a 500 piece puzzle. And it is the same size box as a 1,000 piece puzzle, and that makes my heart so happy in terms of stacking puzzle boxes and just the sharpness and cleanness of my puzzle hoard. It looks a lot neater when all of the puzzle boxes are the same size. I have to say though that, well, and this is the poster, it's very vibrant, very nice poster with a little bit of the glare, but this is the poster. And then it's a very, you know, common box. It's got the title, the size, and the puzzle, the piece count on the sides. There's nothing in the box, but it's nice and sturdy. And I do have to say that Cobble Hill still wraps their puzzles in cellophane, so I went ahead and took that off. And then they have the pieces in the bag. Now, because this is 500, the pieces are larger, which I enjoy from time to time, working with larger pieces. I'd rather work with larger pieces than itty bitty pieces. So a little bit of puzzle ASMR. Oh, there we go. So let's look if I can dig up some random pieces for you. Okay, so it didn't take me long before I found some odd-shaped puzzle pieces. So there's this guy. This guy is like a long piece with two prongs. This one, which is kind of interesting. A little bit of an odd shape here, and then there's a puzzle piece that looks like that. So that's what we mean by random cut. They're not all the traditional puzzle pieces. And yeah, in the last Cobble Hill puzzle I did, there were false edges, and so I'm hoping that's not the case with this puzzle. I don't think so, but well, this is, you know, is this an edge or not? So yes, I believe that there are false edges in this puzzle as well. Maybe it's a Cobble Hill thing. So while I start this puzzle, I'm going to listen to some true crime podcasts. Just because I'm like that. What do you guys comment down below? What do you do while you're puzzling? Do you listen to silence? Do you listen to music, to TV? What's your go-to while you're puzzling? Comment down below. So this is where I've gotten so far. I'm almost done. The puzzle almost put itself together, which was great. I needed that confidence boost. And I am now craving pie. Comment down below. Do you like pie? What's your favorite kind of pie? I prefer pie to cake, and we'll eat both, though. I mean, let's face it, it's sugar. But prefer pie, and I used to ask for pies on my birthday instead of cake. So here we can see, if you've never done a random cut puzzle before, you can see quite well in this section what a random, you know, this guy, they're just odd shapes. And it adds a little spice, little depth to the puzzle difficulty, which is amazing. You can see it pretty well in this section here, the different random cut pieces. A thing to note, or a couple of things to note about Cobble Hill, is there's minimal puzzle dust. I mean, there is some, but it's certainly not distracting, at least to me, and it's certainly not on the level of a Ravensburger puzzle. The puzzle pieces themselves are the same thickness for this 500 pieces, 1,000 pieces, although they're much larger. They're three times the size of an average piece, 1,000 piece. The thing that I've noticed is because the pieces are so enlarged, some of them are a bit fragile. And I don't know how they'll hold up. You know, like this guy doesn't have a lot of cardboard in between the two holes. And there's several pieces like that, so I don't know how it'll hold up after repeated puzzling. You know, if I do this puzzle 2-3 times, if the puzzle pieces will kind of snap off. The other thing is there is a nice linen finish to the Cobble Hill, so there's not a lot of glare. There's a little bit, but it's minimal. So let's finish this puzzle. So overall, I really enjoyed my experience with Cobble Hill. I've done their puzzles before. I really love the brand and recommend them. In terms of price and availability, they're available on Amazon and both .ca and .com. And I imagine they're very widely distributed, so I don't think that they are hard to find, at least in North America. In Canada, they are on par price-wise with Ebu and White Mountain. They cost about 22, anywhere from 20 to 23, $24, which is the average price of a puzzle for most brands. Ravensburger is more expensive and Buffalo Games is slightly less expensive, but they are on par price point with Ebu and White Mountain. So thank you very much for watching till the end, and stay tuned for a giveaway video. I'm going to be giving away a puzzle. Yeah, so there's your little nugget for staying to the end, and have a good week. Bye.